This Choircast podcast is brought to you by Inking Christ, a theological approach to tattoos by Dr. Justin Scoggins. This book is an invitation to view tattoos not as marks of rebellion or mere decoration, but as sacred symbols that narrate the story of one's faith and life journey. Dr. Scoggins' aim is to inspire believers to embrace the artistry of tattoos as a legitimate and meaningful form of worship, reflecting the beauty and love of Christ in a unique and personal manner. Pick it up today on Amazon.
Hey heathens, you're listening to the Deadly Faith podcast where religion and crime collide. I'm Lola.
And I'm Lacey.
And this shit is unpalatable.
The mind that was in Jesus, that mind is in me.
Without me, life has no meaning.
Why would God tell you what I'm thinking and tell you what I've said to my wife or my husband when you're not around? It's because I'm the pastor of the church and I need to know.
This is the only place where you can see truth.
Oh, look at you pulling out your
triple word score.
There you go. I've never played Scrabble, so.
Oh my God, why didn't we play Scrabble when you were here? God, okay.
Because I would lose every time. I am dyslexic. I am horrible at spelling. I'm horrible at spelling.
Actually, there's not a real loser necessarily in Scrabble, in my opinion. Now, for the expert Scrabblers, that's different, but whatever.
That's funny. We interrupt today's episode to bring you a message from our sponsor, Javy. Say goodbye to chaotic mornings and hello to delicious, convenient coffee. With Javy's coffee concentrate in a variety of flavors, you can whip up your favorite brew in no time. Whether you prefer hot, iced, or even blended coffee, Javy's got you covered, okay? Just a teaspoon of this magic elixir is all you need for a flavorful kickstart to your day. Trust me, once you try it, you'll be hooked. From classic flavors like vanilla and caramel to decadent options like cookies and cream and caramel brulee, Javy literally has something for every coffee lover. As a mom with 3 kids, 2 dogs, 3 bunnies, and 25 chickens, I love how Javy helps me make a delicious iced coffee every morning in under 2 minutes. Seriously, guys, it's just so quick. You just pour it all together, stir it in, and enjoy. My favorite flavor right now is the caramel brulee. But I did just order the cookies and cream along with the decaf so I can enjoy an afternoon or evening coffee without jacking up my sleep schedule. They've got original and they've got even more other flavors to come. They've got mocha as well. You really don't want to miss this. So if you want to save some time each morning and even a little money, or if you just want to try a damn good cup of coffee, try Javy today. Don't wait. Click the link in the show notes and use code LACY33468 at checkout to enjoy 20% off your purchase. Again, click the link in the show notes and use code LACY33468 at checkout. And that is Lacey with an I. Enjoy that 20% off, guys, and back to the show.
Lacey, do you like sandwiches?
I fucking love sandwiches. I actually had a sandwich for dinner tonight that was a bomb.com. It had bacon on it. It had chicken, fresh garden tomatoes, pepper jack cheese, mayonnaise, and this like barbecue mustard that's like, so good.
Oh, that's like good shit.
It is good shit. It makes the whole sandwich.
We're talking about the Yellow Deli. So let me give you some trigger warnings before we get into sandwich talk. Okay?
I'm very confused and have no fucking clue what we're about to get into. And I'm here for it.
The Yellow Deli. They have really good sandwiches. So
I'm here for the sandwich, at least.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the trigger warnings. Trigger warnings are racism, bigotry, manipulation, child sexual abuse, bestiality, and modern-day slavery.
Oh!
I'm so sorry, but sandwiches,
Dude.
no.
Sandwiches, what the fuck?
I know. So, let me give you some history on the Yellow Deli. Have you heard of the Yellow Deli?
No.
Okay,
No.
They have locations in Tennessee.
What?
In Chattanooga. Yeah.
Oh, I just drove through Chattanooga coming to and from seeing
I used to live like 10 minutes from Chattanooga. I'm surprised that I never went there. But okay.
Crazy.
So the Yellow Deli is a restaurant. There are several locations. The birthplace is Chattanooga, Tennessee. It opened in 1973. It's a very like hippie, rustic looking restaurant. And the employees, they look very like free spirit, boho, Woodstock-ish, you know.
Okay.
And the Yellow Deli, I hope you look it up right now.
I'm
I hope you
looking
look
it
up
up.
the menu. So they serve, their main thing is hot steamed sandwiches, and they make all their bread in-house. They have vegetarian options along with salads, soups, and desserts. So I have only heard good reviews about their food. Actually, a lot of people say that it's like the best food they've ever had. Not joking. I've seen a lot of people like do vlogs where they'll be like, okay, there's a lot of hype over this. Let me go taste it.
I love the location.
Isn't it cute?
It's so cute in Chattanooga. So fucking adorable. Love it. Yeah. The food.
It's very like charming. It's charming, small
super
town.
Charming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. And their food looks delicious. And also, what's up with you? The last 2 episodes you've done, you've brought food into the equation.
I love food, okay?
I know, right?
I'm a foodie now.
Guys, I will say, I have seen Lola in person since the last time. Yeah. You know, since the last time she posted. I don't know if I said this in the last week's recording, but I tried Milo's, guys.
Yes. I think we did talk about this.
We talked about it in the Potty Podcast episode, but I don't know if we talked about it in the Deadly Faith. But
we can talk about it again.
I will tell you guys, Milo's is fucking good. Their chicken tenders, I still dream about those chicken tenders, and it's been a week.
My God.
Those are some good fucking chicken tenders. And my neighbor was out feeding her chickens the other day, and they fill their water with like jugs, like gallon jugs. And one of them was a Milo's. And I was like, hey, did you know? And I like told her about Milo's. She was like, I had no idea. And I'm like, me neither.
It's a real place. Yep. It's only local to Alabama, though.
I know. So, you got to try it. If you're ever in Alabama, search for a Milo's and fucking get their chicken.
There's so many locations all over Alabama.
Fries.
So
yeah.
You should be able to easily find one. So, well, the people that work at Yellow Deli, they are not employees.
What?
No, they're not employees. They are volunteers that work and live together.
Is that still how it is today?
Yes.
Fuck.
So, every person who works at Yellow Deli restaurants is a part owner of the establishment. Therefore, they are not an employee. They're a proprietor.
Okay.
It's a shared proprietor kind of deal.
All right.
So everyone is a boss, pretty much. Therefore, they can't accept tips and they don't get pay.
How does this work?
She's confused. I know.
I'm so confused.
The purpose of the restaurant is to serve food and to witness to patrons about a pure and holy life with the hopes that you too will join them and work at the Yellow Deli.
Oh, fuck. I really want to try their food.
No,
God
I'm sorry. We can't. We
cannot.
If you do decide to try their food, I don't blame you. But I will say, remember that your money is going towards this establishment and the things that they teach and the things that they do. So just keep that in mind if you do decide to stop by there. So who are these people? What are they doing? Why are they living all together? And what is happening? This is weird.
Yes.
Why would you work for free? Why would you volunteer to work here?
Yeah.
With no pay. And by the way, like I said, they make bread in-house. They make a lot of their stuff just like from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting there at like the butt crack of dawn to work. So
yeah.
The group that owns this, the group that created the Yellow Deli, is called the 12 Tribes. And you won't find anything about the 12 Tribes on the Yellow Deli website or the restaurants. Nothing.
Okay.
In fact, if you ask any of them, are you part of the 12 Tribes? They may say no.
Okay.
They may be like, no, here's a pamphlet. The pamphlet will give you all the information that you need.
Ah.
And it does have stuff about the 12 Tribes. So, the 12 Tribes community, let's talk about that. It was founded by Elbert Eugene Spriggs, also known as Yonek, I think is how you say it.
Okay.
And his wife, Marcia Spriggs. They founded this in the 1970s in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and it has spread around the world. So I told you that there are several locations. So they're all over the US, but also they have locations in Australia, in Asia, like all over the place. Okay. All over. So the group has gained notoriety for its extreme beliefs and allegations of child abuse.
Not good.
Let me make it clear that this group has not been convicted of any.
Convicted.
They haven't been convicted of anything. So we're going to use allegations and alleged a lot. So Eugene and Marcia how did they get started? So they actually ran a tiny coffee shop out of their home to host small gatherings for people that were open-minded. So this is peak hippie movement, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is in the 60s, 70s. And people are really interested in religion and philosophy and drugs and spirituality, things like that. And that's what they were all about. They were like, come here, let's talk about it. Let's have coffee. Let's have a pastry. Let's sit down and let's all think together, group think, whatever.
Yeah.
So all were welcome in this little coffee shop out of their home. Very cute, by the way. That's just very like house church, which that draws me in.
I know. I love a good house church. I will say, like, if I ever did go back to church, it'd be a house church.
I would go to a house church in a heartbeat. Come on. That's good community.
It really is. Fellowship, like nobody's business, man.
It's genuine connection with other people.
Yes.
I don't care if we're talking about the Bible, we're talking about Buddhism, we're talking about whatever. Islam, anything. I'm down for house church. So there was a group nearby that was called the Light Brigade. So it was also in Tennessee. And they practiced communal living. And they also had very conservative Christian views.
Okay.
So this group actually broke off from the First Presbyterian Church. The Light Brigade broke off from the Presbyterian Church because they allowed people of color and people in poverty to worship and learn with them. So the First Presbyterian Church did not allow this. But the Light Brigade was like, no, all are welcome. So they allowed people of color and anyone that was in poverty to worship with them.
Why would you not let somebody in poverty worship with you? That goes against everything of the Bible. Like, what? And people of color, because it's like, reach out, be a hand. And
do y'all understand that Jesus was brown anyway?
Right. Seriously? Fucking A.
He was a person of color. Most people in the Bible were people of color, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the Light Brigade was made out of like church outcasts, heretics in a way, which like, I don't know. When I first read that, I was like, I identify with that. Like, that's cool. And it sounds like a really good thing. So a lot of these outcast people were also hanging out at the coffee shop where Eugene and Marcia were chilling. So there became an overlap between the couple and the Light Brigade. And Eugene and Marcia eventually joined the Light Brigade and became leaders in the Light Brigade. Because
what else were they going to do?
What else were they? I mean, they were already leaders for their coffee shop. They once you become a leader of something small, going into leadership after that is just kind of natural. You just already have those skills, public speaking and everything, that just like, it comes natural when you move forward to the bigger picture things. So the Light Brigade was attracting more and more members. And some of them had a little bit of money to invest in the group. So they purchased a building and they opened a restaurant called the Yellow Deli.
Okay. So coffee shop now is a deli.
Yeah. So we're going to steer away from the deli for a quick second. So the deli was really bringing in money so that they could sustain their communal living. That was the main thing.
Okay. Makes sense.
Aside from that, so let's go to 1975. The Light Brigade takes a little visit to the old stomping grounds of the First Presbyterian Church.
Oh, no.
But oddly enough, the church was empty on a Sunday because of a football game.
Okay.
I mean,
priorities, guys, priorities.
So the group was outraged by this. They had extreme beliefs and they were just stunned that services would be halted for a game.
Yeah. How dare they?
How dare you take a day off of worship in the Lord? So
our holy Jesus.
So they decided right then and there, we are no longer associated with the First Presbyterian Church at all. We're going to rebrand, guys, because we don't want anything to do with it. So
this is some bullshit.
It was some bullshit. But like, when I think of the Light Brigade, I don't think of the First Presbyterian Church.
I wouldn't have either.
But they had to rebrand anyway. I don't know. They just were like,
okay,
let's go completely away from them. Let's go even more hippie. So they formed the Vine Christian Community Church.
Okay. Well,
also just known as the Vine.
The Vine. I actually like that better than the Light Brigade. Because I do too. I don't know. That's just a weird name. The Light Brigade.
The Light Brigade sounds like you're about to like storm the Capitol or something. You're about to like really do something out there.
I just feel like a lot of people are going to have like lightsabers and they're just like,
yes,
the Light Brigade.
Okay, well, I like that. Wait,
I know.
Can we form the Light Brigade, but like it's just us playing with Star Wars lightsabers?
Lightsabers. I'm down.
Okay. So this was a really challenging time for both of the churches because the Vine was making accusations against the Presbyterian Church and vice versa. Pretty much they were just preaching against each other and saying like, don't associate with people from the opposing side because they're evil. They're doing the devil's handiwork, things like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
As the Vine is, funded by the Yellow Deli that they own. So it's funding their communal living as well as any efforts on the Vine's part for service. They had a huge success with the deli. Like it was much more than they thought. They were just looking for sustainability. No, they made profit like super, super easy, which is kind of hard to break through in the food industry.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
But when you're making something like from scratch and it's like that kind of like, everyone loves a little mom and pop shop, especially if it's fucking good,
Yeah. And they're very hippie and that's the time.
Yeah. And I think they had those key components to make them go viral.
Yes.
Basically.
They were trending. They were the trending ones, trends before the hashtags. So with such huge success, they decided, let's open this up. Let's think bigger. So they opened up more delis in Georgia and Alabama.
Do you have one near you?
Oh, yes, I do. Not near me, but near-ish.
Okay.
Whatever. I actually think there's only one location in Alabama now.
Oh.
I think so. So if you're going to open delis that are away from this, epicenter, you've got to have people to run it and open it. And so they decide to divvy up some of the members and move them. They're like, okay. We got to buy y'all land and start other communities down there. And your community will run that deli. So that's what happened. They sent people off to these other locations. They bought them land. There we go. They set them up.
I just wonder how those people felt, like just being upped and shipped out away from...
I think it was a lot of the head leaders that had started the Light Brigade that were like, okay, you guys stay here at Epicenter. We're going to start down here. We're going to start down here. I mean, that would make most sense for it to work that way. But the Vine still had tension with the First Presbyterian Church. And it got...
Oh my God, they can't get off this.
No. And it got a little worse. It got worse.
Gosh.
So this is just in that Chattanooga area. So the other locations are not having issues with anything they're doing.
Because all the other First Presbyterian churches are not taking Sundays off to go watch a football game.
I guess not. Yeah. So it got worse when the Chattanooga location began having something called critical mass in Warner Park, which is in Chattanooga.
Mm-hmm.
The park had a pond, and this is where members of the Vine were baptized by elders in the church.
Okay.
So they were like preaching in this park. They were doing baptisms. They were having like worship things. They were meditating. It was a whole thing. So, and they called it critical mass. And the First Presbyterian Church was like, you have no authority.
Oh my gosh.
They were so upset because they were like, you dirty hippies, you don't have the authority. You're dipping in the dang Jesus pond. You know?
Dip into the dang Jesus pond.
You're dipping your dirty feet in there. Which is funny. It's like they're both saying, you don't have authority. No, you don't have authority. No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. It's it's just back and forth. It's very dumb.
Petty arguing. Yeah.
So this became a dirty battle between opposing churches, and the people in the community were not happy. So outside of the church, the community is getting nervous. I would be too. So there is a local committee called the Parents Committee to Free Our Children from the Children of God. That is one full name right there. That committee.
Oh my gosh. What is their acronym? Stand for? What's their acronym?
TPCT. I can't do it. No. Okay. So the Parents Committee to Free Our Children from the Children of God. That committee plus the Citizens Freedom Organization. Both of those. They began calling the Vine a cult.
Okay.
Which is a big deal because we're moving to late 70s, early 80s. This is a big deal to call something a cult. It is. So Eugene and Marcia were the leaders in the Vine at this point. Therefore, these committees, these organizations were calling them cult leaders. And they were saying things like, oh, they're kidnapping people off the street. They're kidnapping people's kids. They're brainwashing them. All that stuff. And
wow, they're going the extra mile with this.
No. They said full send. They said full fucking send. Bet it up. Let's hire a deprogramming specialist.
Oh my gosh.
So,
okay.
at this time, deprogramming and cult talk is huge in this point in time. Yeah. Deprogramming is very popular. So, there's this one dude, you may know him, Ted Patrick.
I don't think that's the one I was thinking of.
Now, it's well past our, we're way past that. He's kind of an older deprogrammer. But he was very popular. He was on television shows. He was a big deal. So they hired him to work with them.
Yeah.
And they wanted him to break up the Vine and spit facts on them,
Okay.
Spitball the facts.
Let's do this.
They succeeded.
Oh.
The committees and Ted Patrick, they succeeded. The Yellow Delis closed.
Okay.
That's right. They were done. The cult moved away to Vermont. They got driven out.
This is out of Chattanooga.
Yes.
Okay, but their other locations were still going.
Nope, they were out. Those two, they were out. That's it.
Oh.
Everybody was gone. They said, come back home. We got to rethink this. We got to go to Vermont. We got to leave. We got to go.
I am wondering if this same deprogrammer is the one that I talked about in the Children of God episode where he tried to literally kidnap the victims of the cult.
Yes. I think it's the same one.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the same one.
Getting arrested for that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He was arrested on multiple occasions for kidnapping. Yes. Yeah. That's it.
Mm-hmm. He was very bound and determined to deprogram these people.
I tell you. And he's still alive today. Did you know that?
Wow. No,
he's 92, I believe. He's 91 or 92. But he's still alive and he still talks about it. He still talks about deprogramming stuff. Not as much anymore because give him a rest.
Right.
He's lived a full life. But he's still alive.
Yeah. Shit. Okay. So they were we're off to Vermont.
Random. But yeah, they're gone to Vermont. 1981. The Vine is out of money without the deli. And they lost a lot of followers. So they were kind of gutted.
Yeah.
We're thinking, oh, this is the end of it. It's over. They are Christian fundamentalists. So basically, they believe that they own the one true gospel and they are appointed by God, similar to Mormons.
Okay.
Just by the way. But they used a lot of Hebrew names. So remember earlier I said Eugene was called Yonek?
Uh-huh.
That's a Hebrew name.
Okay.
And so they would change their names and their titles to a Hebrew name because they thought that's the holiest way to be. They also don't call Jesus. They call him Yahshua or Yahshua. People say it different, so I don't really know.
I don't either.
So Eugene preaches that in order for Jesus to return to earth, the church has to be restored to its original glory, like back when Jesus was alive.
Okay.
So the same structures as when Jesus was here. So house churches, public teachings, etc. Things like that.
All right.
Eugene says when the earth is restructured in righteousness, it will be led by 12 tribes in 12 different geographical locations. Once the tribes are established, the apocalypse will occur. Jesus will come back.
It's always
so. This is why 12 tribes is
always the end times.
Yeah. And they actually believe in 3 different destinies. So you and I were taught it's heaven or hell. That's it. They believe 1 is for the unjust and the filthy. So the people that know they do wrong, they do it anyway because they like to be bad.
Oh, okay.
2 is for the righteous. So people who have done bad, but they get right and they try to do the best that they can to live the best life possible.
All right.
And 3 is for the holy. So this is people appointed by God that live sinless lives and whatever.
Okay. All right. So
they haven't done wrong. They don't do wrong.
That you can obtain in your afterlife.
I guess so. Yeah. Another disturbing belief. If you need to leave now, that's fine. I'm about to talk about race.
Yeah.
And I hate talking about this. As a white person, I just hate talking about it, okay? It just makes me feel uncomfy because I don't want to step on anybody's toes or act like a know-it-all when it comes to racism because I understand I'm still decolonizing.
Yeah, same.
Everything. So another disturbing belief is about race. They call slavery.
Oh, God. I don't know.
I don't want to say it.
I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like it. I already know it.
I'm so sorry. Just know that this is what they say, okay? They call slavery a marvelous opportunity for Black people to be servants for white people. No. Oh my God, it's so bad. Okay. And they believed in the curse of Ham, which many of you may not know about this. We were actually taught this in the Church of Christ, though.
Okay. I don't know this one. I can
it's something. Oh, it's taken so out of context. Okay. It is so irrelevant to everything. This is so white man. Oh God. Okay. So
white man.
No. Yeah. So the curse of Ham is something from the book of Genesis that explains why some people have darker skin than others. It is not whatever.
It's not real.
Just please ignore it. Don't read Genesis anyway. This teaching is also used by the KKK and the Westboro Baptist Church and other affiliations like that all of us know are evil,
problematic to say the least.
Organizations, problematic people and leaders and teachings. Yeah. I have more disturbing news. So they also teach that anyone of the queer community deserves no less than death and should be put to death, which is so fucking stupid.
Well, they can go fuck a cactus.
They're really showing how little brain cells they own. So
this is like a hippie white supremacist group.
It's so odd for the hippie movement to
be exclusive. Yeah, have barriers.
It's so intertwined with these fundamentalist views. It's so odd. So
yeah.
But you can still join the cult if you're a person of color or if you're queer. Oh, yeah.
You make that make sense, please.
So in order to be saved through the cult, you just have to devote your whole life and all your money to it.
Oh, color me shocked.
Yeah. So at this point, they're in Vermont, but the Citizens of Freedom organization, they follow the cult.
Oh my gosh. They're like a dog with a
travel with them. I know. It's like a bounty hunt. It's wild.
We will not quit.
Yeah. So they begin alerting everyone. So when the cult tries to settle, they're like, hey, everybody, hey! They let everybody know. And they also provide local police departments with photographic proof of kidnapping at the hands of the cult, allegedly.
What the hell? Okay. Didn't see that coming.
One of the elders, named Eddie Wiseman, was actually charged with child abuse. So this is the only person that's been charged with anything, to my knowledge.
Okay.
The kids were not being properly educated or allowed to have contact with their families, the ones that were being guided by Eddie Wiseman. Therefore, he was, arrested and charged.
Okay. I can see kidnapping charges in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In 1984, a massive police raid happened. So Vermont Police Department seized 112 children from the cult compound. Of all ages.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And what year was this?
84.
Okay.
So some of the parents are in the cult.
Right.
Some are not, but some are. So sometimes you've got the one parent that's in the cult and the other parent that's not. And they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of that going on. So some of the parents of the kids in the cult refused to give the kids names. So about 40 cases were dismissed. But that doesn't mean that they went back to those parents. No, instead of giving up their child's name and trying to get them back, by not giving up their name, their case was closed and they were handed over to the state. They let their kids be taken by the state.
No.
I know. Like, how stubborn and stupid, and you gave up your kids to the state. You let them go into foster care.
I just have a shocked look on my face, guys. I have no words. Who the fuck does that? There's no way I would be able to do that. Like, I understand they're brainwashed, but like,
No.
What the fuck?
No, thank you. I mean, I've been told all my life, I'm not a parent, so I don't know this. You would know this. I don't. I've been told that, like, when you have a child, it like breaks the fourth wall of love. It's like, you do anything, you die, you kill, you do anything for that kid,
It is.
How do you give them up?
It is indescribable.
How do you do that?
The things that I would do.
So it doesn't make sense, right? That these parents are just like, zip lip.
But I say the same thing when I don't understand when parents, like, when their kid comes out queer and they're like, you're out. When they kick you out.
I get that.
They like stop talking to their kid or anything like that. Like that stuff, I don't
kind
understand.
of the same.
And it's very similar. But this is a child.
Yeah.
I would want
some
to
of the kids
interview
were
one of these
returned to
kids.
their parents on the compound.
Yeah.
Don't know why. But some of them were. But then some were sent to like either extended family members, or if you had that whole one parent in the cult, one outside the cult, they were sent to the one outside the cult.
Oh,
so,
well, at least there's that. Shit.
For some of them, it may have worked out, but for others, unfortunately, it didn't. So
yeah,
there are allegations. Former members have come out saying that they witnessed children. If you got to opt out now, that's fine. We're about to talk about child abuse. See you later, pal. There are allegations from former members that have come out saying that they witnessed children being whipped or hit in the mouth for speaking too loudly or out of turn.
Excuse me?
Children are thought of as property of the cult. So, like, that doesn't mean just your parents or cult leaders. That means anybody in the cult can discipline them. Anybody. I mean, if one person allegedly said that when they were a child, they simply were walking in the wrong direction to a building and they were beaten for it by a stranger in the cult. There's no logic here. There's no.
That's like, it reminds me of the community of Jesus that we talked about a couple weeks ago, where your kids were given to other members to be raised.
I know. Yeah. No, thank you. Nope. So they were often allegedly subjected to brutal physical and verbal beatings. So Eddie, the one that was charged with the alleged child abuse, kidnapping stuff.
Yeah.
The person that like had come forward and reported him actually recanted their statement, saying a deprogrammer kidnapped them and was made to say the accusations. So that case against Eddie fell apart, and he was not convicted.
So charged, never convicted.
Charged, never convicted. Yeah. Oh, and Eddie's defense attorney. I have more news on Eddie. His defense attorney joins the cult and marries Eddie.
I really don't like how Eddie is defiling the name of Eddie.
Me too. I was like, why do you have to be named Eddie? He's a shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's just a testament to how powerful the cult or these teachings,
these brainwashing tactics. They're pardon.
I have gross allegations next. I have gross ones, and it's about animals. So if you got to opt out, I'll see you later, pal. I'm so sorry, Lacey.
I don't like where this is going, guys. Oh. Okay.
Other allegations say that men in the cult were given a masturbation schedule because sex outside of marriage is banned. And also because of the ban on sex outside of marriage, a lot of the men...
Is it a goat?
No.
Is it a goat?
A lot of men would allegedly have sex with animals, and if and when they were caught, allegedly must kill the animal. This was like...
Tell me, you suck your
cats, dogs, goats.
Fling-a-ding in an animal, and then when you get caught, the animal loses its life because you defiled it? No.
This was allegedly dogs, cats, goats, pigs, horses, cows, all of the above. Allegedly.
So many questions. Actually, I don't have questions. I
don't have questions. I don't have any more.
I just don't understand how. I can understand small animals, but like trying to clip Luna's nails.
Oh, no.
There's no way in fucking hell, and we've tried it every way. We've even harnessed that bitch all the way up. How do you not get like bit the fuck up? Because there's not one animal that'd be like, yeah, give it to me.
Let me supply you with somewhat of an answer. This is not confirmed, but I can tell you. If you live on a commune, that means you most likely have cattle. You most likely have farm equipment. They have money coming in. You know that farm equipment where they
put the animal in and it holds it in place? Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah. So anything is possible, unfortunately.
This is the bad place. Everybody.
Okay, I have more. It's not anything. I think we're past all the worst parts. I mean, we still got bad parts, but like, we're past this part. So
I need to go wash my ears.
If a man and woman are caught holding hands, kissing, anything like that, they are forced to marry.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
Can you imagine? You're like a 16-year-old and you're like, kiss, kiss.
And they're like, you are wedded. You're husband and wife. Okay.
If a person is caught holding hands, kissing, hugging, or having sex with someone of the same sex. Oh, wait, I forgot about this. Sorry, this is a bad part too. Sorry, we're not past it. This is about queer people. If you must leave now, goodbye. If you're caught with someone of the same sex, they are to be put to death. There is no proof at this point in time that this has ever happened, but there are several people within the cult that have mysteriously disappeared and were allegedly queer.
No.
I'm not saying they did it, but I'm not saying that they didn't.
That's horrific. That's horrific. Someone needs to investigate that. Just saying.
I agree. And maybe someone is. Maybe someone quietly is like, maybe we've got investigators that are on that. Who knows?
I fucking hope so, because what the hell?
So in 1989, the year of my Lord and Savior, Taylor Swift, the church was huge. It was...
I don't like that.
Yeah, huge numbers. They changed their name again. They really know how to rebrand. So
they really like this rebrand. Mm-hmm.
It's officially called the 12 Tribes Community, which is what they're called today. So
Okay.
We've got that established.
The 12 tribes I've heard of, but I haven't done any research on them. But I didn't realize it's the same people.
Yep.
Didn't
it's
know
all
that.
the same. And like I said, they have locations everywhere. And at this point in 1989 is when they expand outside of the U.S. So in 2000, the group was facing charges for child labor law violations and child custody interference.
Okay. Something.
So they were getting in trouble. In 2006, the elders of 12 tribes decided it's time for a big reunion in the place where we began it all, where we started baptizing and having critical mass in Warner Park in Tennessee. So at the reunion, they have the service, like literally hundreds upon thousands of people are showing up for this, okay?
So weird.
So they have like the service, and then afterwards, a lot of the longtime members of the 12 tribes. I almost said the cult.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's the same thing, whatever.
Yeah, same thing.
Longtime cult members stayed in Tennessee to reopen the Yellow Deli. You thought it wouldn't come back?
I knew it came back. I knew it had to come back because it popped up on my Google Maps. So I'm like, it's come back.
So the one in Tennessee reopened, which is still open today, about 6 years back. This is the latest news I have on them, was 6 years ago.
Okay.
So the 12 tribes erected another compound in Colorado, which is the newest location. Jeez. And many 911 calls from 2020 to today have come in about the cult's practices. So one elder in the commune was arrested due to charges of child sexual assault and child pornography content. Don't know if they were ever convicted.
Damn.
A home was also burned down, and it has been linked to the cult as an act of arson. We don't have much more information on it because no one has been...
allegedly?
This is all like people have been charged. No one's been convicted.
Okay.
So a lot of the kids that grew up in the cult back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, guess what? They're adults now and they're speaking out. And we love to hear your stories. We love that you're speaking out against these heinous things that happened. And they are telling about the abusive practices. One abusive practice that a lot of them speak on is scourging. This is alleged.
I really don't want to know what this is.
Scourging is where a child is stripped naked and beaten head to toe with a rod. Gross.
What?
I don't like it.
I know we have to say allegedly, but like these are victims telling their stories that grew up in this. So like,
I know.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, I believe them.
Oh, I believe them. If you come forward and you say that something happened to you, I'm going to believe you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying allegedly for
legal purposes,
legal reasons. So many also claimed that they allegedly, quotation marks, had food or water withheld from them. And if they were caught sneaking sustenance, that they were locked in a basement for days in the dark with no food or water.
That doesn't shock me, that one. Unfortunately.
Yeah. It's all too common, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So they also allegedly remember being told that the government and social workers who brought them food and candy bars and water were evil and wanted to hurt them for the devil's cause. So that's why a lot of the children did not speak or give their names. They didn't speak or give their names during the that compound raid with the 112 of them being found. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cult is still active, and here are some of their rules, which I just found funny, and I thought would be like a good little laugh here.
Oh, gosh.
Because we're at the end here. There's nothing bad that happens now.
Okay.
Where you've made it to the end. So some of the rules: you can't drive on Saturdays. You can't.
What the hell?
I don't understand. You can't eat chocolate or drink coffee. Caffeine? Question mark?
Like, kill me now? Like,
I guess so.
What's the point of living?
You cannot listen to Irish music.
So now we're being Irishist?
Irishist?
I don't know.
Is that it?
I don't fucking know.
Women must part their hair in the middle, and they must roll up their pants. I want to know how far I have to roll them up, though. What's that?
So many questions.
And what's wrong with the middle or with the side part? Is it too millennial? Like, what is it?
I guess. I don't know.
Women must wear only dresses and skirts on the weekends. Modern medicine and vaccines are banned. Of course.
So dumb.
So there's just a couple of the rules.
That's it. Oh, okay. I have questions. Why do we have to roll our pants up?
I mean, like, I can see if you're working out in the farm and stuff.
But like, you're in a deli. And I can.
But if you're at the deli, what do you?
I don't understand the driving on Saturdays, because I'm guessing like Saturday's their Sabbath day. But
I mean, I guess you wouldn't really have that much of a use for driving if you're working at the deli all day on a Saturday.
Yeah, but like, not everybody's working on Saturday.
That's true. I guess you're just stuck at the commune. Who knows? Well, I have news on Marsha and Eugene Spriggs.
Oh, the founder.
Marsha is still alive, and she has been compared to Aunt Lydia from The Handmaid's Tale. She is allegedly extremely abusive, especially to the girls. Eugene Spriggs died in 2021.
Oh, so not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be mean and say, did he die from COVID?
I don't know. I never found that out.
That's just like
possibly
prime COVID times.
Yeah, that was for sure.
They're anti-vaccine, which I know not everybody that's vaccinated survived, and everyone that's not vaccinated didn't die.
I'm so sick of the COVID vaccine argument to this day. I'm just like,
I know.
Shut your mouth. Shut up. Just shut up.
Shut your pie hole, Grandpa.
Science works. Anyway. So this is the most recent update of 2024 of any of their compounds that I have that's anything to do with like illegal activity. So
okay,
at the Australian compound, there have been recent raids that uncovered 2 stillborn baby graves. That was as of February 2024. No one has been arrested yet.
Oh, that's really sick.
So because they don't believe in modern medicine, if you have a stillborn, they're not going to report it. And they're not going to take the proper protocols to like properly. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this is just me, but like, I don't see a problem in that. Like, not
with the stillborns,
like, and then burying it, you know, like if that's the worst, like not the worst, but like there's other things that the group can be charged with. Like this is like the least of my concerns, I guess is what
it's on shaky ground though, because do you remember a case? I guess this was a couple of years ago. This girl named Skylar, I believe is her name. It was in the U.S. Yeah, and she like apparently had a stillborn.
Yeah, but nobody knew she was pregnant, and then she buried it in the backyard, but didn't tell her family about it, and
it was a whole thing.
Yeah,
that's like a whole different case, and I don't know all the nitty gritty on it, but I just know that like situations like that, that's why we do want to report those things that happen. I understand like that's a very personal thing, and giving birth to a stillborn is probably one of the worst experiences that anyone could have.
Yeah.
So I can't tell someone how to grieve. I can't tell someone how to deal with their own stuff, but like I do think you should at the very least tell a hospital.
Yeah. I get that. I guess I was more meaning like out of all the stuff that they've done, this is the least of my concerns, I guess. Like
for sure.
If it was a true stillborn, not if it was murder, you know, like that's
I know.
But
I think that's what the problem is, because no, they've never been charged with any murders, but like a lot of their practices just like sketchy. It's just too sketchy.
And if people have gone missing, allegedly.
And the communes, they run by their own rules. They don't necessarily, they feel like they are the authority. Therefore, the laws of the land don't apply to them, which is just not the truth.
Not good.
Well, that is the 12 tribes. Please don't support the Yellow Deli because that is modern day slavery.
I do nothing about this. Absolutely nothing. You have enlightened me, but also I'm disappointed that now I don't get to go try this.
I know. A hot steamed sandwich. They have this one that looks so good to me. It's like it looks like maybe roast beef, and it has like melty cheese and like fresh vegetables on it. And then it's got this like sesame seed bun.
We just need to make them ourselves. We make our own.
I guess,
bread,
yeah.
And
we should do that.
Suck it, because
I can make bread. We can do this.
You've made bread. I've ate your bread. Your bread's good.
We can do this. Thank you. You haven't tried my rolls, though. My rolls are even better than the bread.
Speaking of rolls, I made, what was it? Those like not breakfast, like biscuits, like buttermilk biscuits. I've always,
yeah.
And I've like I've tried a few recipes and hated it, but then I found this one girl. I love her recipes. Her website is called Sugar Spun Run. I've recommended her in the past.
Yes, I remember from like our first episode, I think you recommended something of hers.
Not the vegan, the worst chocolate chip cookies. Love that recipe.
Yes. Yeah.
And I make her chili. I love her whole website, Sugar Spun Run.
We're sponsored by Sugar Spun.
I know, right? I love her stuff. So she has a buttermilk biscuit recipe, and I tried that one.
And it was good?
Phenomenal. And I was like, fucking finally.
She doesn't let you down.
She didn't let me down. No, I have not tried rolls, though.
Controversy, she don't miss.
No, shit out.
Ain't that just the way?
I know. Well,
that, I guess, was that your palate cleanser?
Sure.
Because that sure sounded like one.
Right? We took a hard right turn.
Let's look over at the Good News Network. Let's see what the good news is.
Well, I was going to tell you one more palate cleanser, and I have a funny story. Okay, so
tell us.
My middle child, I've talked about her a lot today. I guess I talked about her on the podcast episode. Anyways, my middle child, I cannot remember what was going on, but I was like, I said something to her, like, you better not do that, or I'll take such and such away. And I'm like rubbing, I think it was sunscreen on her or lotion after she got a little, and she just looks at me and goes, well, then I'll kick you in the vagina.
What? I love that she knows the anatomical name for it.
We've always taught
that's what you gotta do
for parts. They know penis,
oh my God.
They know vagina, they know anatomical correct terms. And she was so like serious, but yet funny.
She meant it.
Time, like she meant it. And I just
so genuine
laughing. Tyler's like, what'd she say? And I was like, she said that she'd kick me in the vagina.
The emphasis on each syllable in vagina really sells it for me.
Yeah.
Good shit. Okay, the Good News Network. As of July 17th, the first ever cheese museum opens in Paris, and it's called It's Gonna Be a Delicious Visit.
Okay, I need to go there right now. ASAP. I gotta go. Bye, guys.
Oh my God. No, that's their slogan. It's called Musée du Fromage.
How the fuck did you pronounce that so good? I'd been like,
oh, I took French.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
I can tell you to go to hell, and I can tell you to fuck off.
Oh, tell me.
I don't want to. Because if we have French listeners, like Canadian listeners, they'll make fun of me.
Say it. Peer pressure. Do it.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay. Well, when we get off, you have to do it, because now I'll do it
when we get off. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the 12 Tribes cults, the Yellow Deli cult, all that good stuff.
I'm going to find me a mom and pop deli that's not a Yellow Deli. Now I'm craving a big ass sandwich.
You know what? Today, go out and support a local mom and pop shop. That's my recommendation for you today. To do that.
Go. You have homework before next week's episode.
Yeah. You have homework, and you better comment below and tell us if you did it and where you went. Give us a recommendation. I love a mom and pop shop.
Yes. Anyway.
Well, with that, stay safe, stay skeptical,
and steer clear of the cultish carousel. We interrupt this episode with a message from our sponsor. If you've ever deconstructed your faith, you know it's not easy. But just imagine if you could have people to guide you through the process.
That's right. People like Jim Palmer, Kristen Dumez, author of Jesus and John Wayne, Jennifer Knapp, Brad Jerzak, Brian Zond, Paul Young, author of The Shack, and more. Well, if you head over to choiracademy.com and register for Square 2 using the promo code LOLA, You'll get 10% off the regular registration cost of this awesome course and community just for being a fan of our show.
All links can be found in the show notes. Again, that's code LOLA, LOLA, for 10% off the Square 2 course. Also, Heathens, if you're enjoying the show so far, please rate, subscribe, do all the things to show us some love and support. And like always, we have our Patreon listed down below in the show notes. Hop on over there. It's $5 a month, and you get access to our exclusive potty podcast, and you can listen to Lola and I shoot the shit and talk about some awesome stuff, hauntings, random ass stories, and all of the above. I'm trying to talk her into a shit episode, and where we literally, like, I told her we can have these conversations around shit, but I think she's put that one in the trash can. I don't know. Maybe you guys want to hear about that. Let us know. Deadly Faith is brought to you by Choircast Network. It is produced by Lacey Bean and Lola Robbins and audio engineered by Eric Howell. Thanks for listening.